And being asked by the clerk that we have one more person, Jordan Reichert, and that will be the last deputant according to the list. Thank you. Good to have you here. Good afternoon. Please go ahead, 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, thank you. My name is Jordan Reichert of the Animal Protection Party of Canada. I wasn't intending to speak this afternoon, but I thought it pertinent as towards the issue at hand. I just want to address the fact that, I guess the idea that we have an entitlement to use animals in the way that has been described here today, or for other instances which are often put under the heading of education. I think it's quite spurious. Any claims of educational value that are made in this regard, whether it is through handling exotic species, whether it's viewing them in the sense of an aquarium or even a zoo in a large degree. Most children know more about dinosaurs than they do about the animals that they go see at a zoo or aquarium or get to touch as some sort of novelty through their experience with these organizations and businesses. And we have to remember that these are businesses, these are for-profit industries, and that their intent is not necessarily the interest of the animals' welfare or the interest of animals in general in improving their integrity or position in our society, but in many cases it is simply to line their pocketbooks. And so we have to keep in mind that while this illusion of education is often used, there is systemic animal abuse taking place across our country. Every day, I'm actually from BC, and the BC SPCA is inundated with calls of animal cruelty, and that is just what is reported by those who see it. So in many cases, people are witnessing this and not reporting it, and of course, much of it goes on behind closed doors. And as was mentioned earlier by Rob Laidlaw of ZooCheck, the regulations and oversight of these organizations and businesses is essentially just self-regulation. There is no public accountability of these organizations, and we should not be trusting the lives of, we talk about obviously exposing vulnerable individuals to these animals, but we have to remember that these are vulnerable individuals themselves that are being exposed to people, and they are deserving of the same consideration and concern for their well-being. And certainly it is not to be as a sideshow attraction for children, for seniors, for anyone, any more than cats or dogs would be. And going back to my initial point of our entitlement to have these animals or otherwise, or to use them in whatever capacity we may see fit, is that when we use, it's really a privilege that we have to care for any animal. And it should not be labeled under the guise of ownership. It should be labeled under the guise of a responsibility to care, and that should come with the responsibility also of do no harm, with an ethic of do no harm. And from what I've seen, the interest is not to further the interests of the animals. It's not to improve their position in our society. It is simply to make money. And any claims that the therapeutic value of these animals is more significant than well-socialized people living in a respectful and engaging community where they have creative opportunities to engage in their society and live a meaningful existence are completely spurious. There's no need for people to have animals in this capacity, and I greatly hope that you will move forward with the recommendations as they are. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions to the deputant? If not, thanks so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we reached the